Hey guys, Grant here for dropshipdownunder.com.au. Today I'm going to talk about our site creative toolbox that I've put together and how you can use it to improve the look of your site and make things run a whole lot smoother when you're developing your site in the first place. Alright, let's dive in. Alright, so some of these tools that we're going to touch on will probably be fairly familiar to you. So I'm not actually going to spend too much time on the ones that I think are familiar to you. I'll probably just spend time on the ones that I think you might not have as much of an idea on how to use. So we'll get started. Canva.com is the first one. I'm sure most people know how to use this. It's very good for editing all your social posts, pages, page headers, group headers, any sort of Facebook post or social media post in general, but it's good for product images too. So use Canva a fair bit. Promo Image Resizer is the next one. I posted this in the group a little while back, and this one's good because you can drop in one particular image and it'll resize it down into all the right formats for all of the social media platforms, or even for blog posts, that sort of thing. It does all the different sizes and just splits them all up and more automatically. And actually I think that's a feature that Canva actually is a paid feature for Canva, so that's sort of a workaround if you want to do that. Okay, there's some apps here which I'll come back to at the end. I want to do a little bit of a screen share on my phone for those. Pixlr.com, it's a bit more complicated sort of setup as far as editing goes. If you haven't used editing software before, it can be a little bit overwhelming just due to the amount of features that it has, but it's really powerful. It's a free app, free web app. You can just get on there and not download it, you just get inside and start editing, upload your images, etc. But it's very powerful. It's got a lot of features that can do some very fine detailed editing to your images. So that's a good one. I've got 3 of my go-to stock image sites, which are stocksnap.io, Pixabay, which I'm sure everybody knows about, and Unsplash, which I'm sure a lot of people know about as well. Another way to get around having royalty-free images that you're actually allowed to use in a commercial way for free and not worry about getting in trouble for it, is just go to Google and you go to Tools, I think it is, just under the menu there, and search by you can search by labeled for reuse, and that's for anything. So that's another way to get around it. You can go through and look through those images. Usually not quite as many there that are really good images to use. So those 3 are probably my go-tos. Logomaker.com. This one's good for just a nice, simple, clean logo if you want to do for your new brand that you've got up, or a new dropshipping site, or even just a sort of a placeholder logo until you've got one coming. It's a good site for that. So all you really need to do is just credit them. You can use it for free. You just need to credit them on your site somewhere for anything you do use. Next one, Compress PNG and CompressJPEG.com. I use these constantly, all the time. Every single image that I put into my site, be it JPEG or PNG, will get compressed using these 2 sites. And that is really essential for your load speed of your website. So just get into a habit of it, of once you've edited your pictures to the correct size where they're going to go on your site, just drop them straight into Compress PNG or JPEG and download the minimized file straight into your website every single time. It improves the whole functionality of your site. Next one, iMovie, very, very straightforward. I'm sure a lot of people have used iMovie. Anyone who's got a Mac will be very familiar with it. I use it to edit these videos. It's very simple to use, and if you haven't used it, there's plenty of tutorials out there on how to use it. I won't go into it, but that's the software I usually use for editing videos. Really cool tool that I use to try and find fonts is myfonts.com. Now, we've all come across that font that you just think is absolutely perfect for your site. You have no idea what it's called. You can't find it anywhere in any of your drop-down menus on the actual page builder or anything like that. All you have to do is really just take a screenshot of the font, drop it into myfonts.com, and it'll bring up a whole list of suggestions of what the font is. So, I mean, that saved me countless hours of going through and trying to find what font's what. So use that, it's perfect. Next, the apps. So we'll jump into my phone now and I'll do some recording for the apps, just to give you an idea of how I use some of these. Okay, so the first one is lens distortions. Pick one of these images, and as you can see, you've got a whole heap of different light hits which you don't see in other apps. This is really why I use lens distortions. It's got fog, rain, classic snow. It's got all sorts of different functions and features that you don't see in other apps. So maybe I'll add a primary light hit. It suits this image really well. You've got this nice big lens flare coming off it. So maybe just chuck that on the bottom of the horizon there. Just coming over the top, and you can see a bit of a lens flare. So obviously these are good for any of your images. You can use it for product images, you can use it for just general images on your site to improve the look of the image. But as you can see, there's a whole heap of different things you can add. So really cool app. In the top right hand corner, just press the download button and save image, and that's done. Next one is, we'll go back to the home screen and Snapseed. So okay, so this is one I did before just as an example, but I'll actually show you how to do that again. So if I click this image again, and we can go to looks, and it's a bit like Instagram, so you can just basically choose the different filter you want. Maybe I'll choose this, click tick, and then you simply just go into tools, and it's got a whole heap of different tools that you can use. I won't go through them all, there's just many tools you can use, but yeah, feel free to play around with them. Maybe I'll just show you the text one. So you just literally pull up these cards. So these are the cards down the bottom here, and it shows you all different types. So maybe go to a bubble or something else. It doesn't really suit the image, so okay, that's cool. And you can add that in, add in whatever text. So you simply just double click on the text. It brings up the editing box and edit there. Press OK. And down the bottom are the colours. So you can choose something that's going to suit this image a little bit better. Maybe something light yellow. And there you go, something like that. But as you can see, you can really get some high quality looking edits with this app. So like I said, play with that, explore it. I'll cancel and I'll show you how to export it. So just press export when you're done and save a copy. And that's done. Alright, next one was InShot. So go over to InShot. Okay, that was one I was working on before. Discard. Okay, so if we go to video, you can upload a video of the market. And this InShot app is really good for making product videos, explainer videos, because you can add text to it as it goes, like subtitles. So you can explain things. If you're speaking in the video, it's good to add the subtitles on the bottom, like I have done for some of our Dropship Downunder videos. As people are scrolling through the feed, it just makes it really easy for people to pick up what you're talking about with the actual subtitles underneath, rather than having to click on the video. Gets lots more engagement. So yeah, you can go to canvas to change the size of the canvas, so to each different format. You can see them all down the bottom there, or you can simply zoom in by pinching it with your fingers. And I'll leave that there like that. Say I want to add the subtitles, you just click on text and say this is a crazy market. A crazy market. Okay, and you can change the fonts by clicking on this, you know, there's all different types of ones that you can change it to. I mean, it doesn't have every single font you could ever wish for, but it's definitely good enough. And you can resize these by pinching them as well, and just dragging them and dropping them where you want them. So simply click on the color wheel to add, you know, the color where you want it. And okay, press tick. That's where I want it. All good. I'll press play. Crazy market. Okay, now if you want more text after it, that's cool. You just add another one. This market was in Manila. Press tick and drag it down the bottom and resize it. And now, if you want this to butt directly up against the last bit of text you actually wrote, just press the arrow and press clip beginning, not video beginning. Okay. And simply go back to the bottom and press play. This is a crazy market. And you can see the next text will just begin. Obviously, I'd need to reposition that to a better spot, but we simply press the tick when you're done. And if you want to add in some stickers there, maybe we're going to add in like cool, this is awesome. You can change the size, the orientation, and it's animated. So when you actually play the video, or you can it'll animate itself. So let's play. This is a crazy market in Manila. And it's got the awesome thing going on, and you can see what I'm talking about. But there's heaps and heaps of different effects that you can use and ways to edit these clips. So you can split them, trim them, all these sorts of things. So this is a powerful app. When you're done, go to the top corner and press the save. Just press save like that. But I'm going to cancel because I don't need it. It's just a demo. Okay, so the last one is Lightroom. So if I go into Lightroom, I think I was editing a picture of my girlfriend. Okay, I'll leave that there for now. Okay, so you can start with cropping, different size, all done. We can go to auto edit, so it sort of highlights the photo as best as it can. But this is similar to Pixlr, where you can actually change a lot of the different light settings, brightness, contrast, all of those sorts of things. So it's a pretty powerful editor. There are some more powerful parts of this app that are paid, so you can go to selective or healing, and there's some really cool stuff you can do that with that. I've seen on their tutorials. I haven't needed it, so I haven't downloaded that part of it, but you can go into light, adjust all the light settings, colors, you can go to tint, effects, clarity, there's a whole heap of different things you can do with this app. So yeah, this is one that I don't use quite as much, but the thing I do like about this one is you can reset if you do make a mistake. So you simply press reset. You can do adjustments, and you can go through those and adjust them. So that's it for the apps. And yeah, like I said, this is my site creative toolbox that I put together. I can't go through every single thing that I've mentioned here and give you an explanation of it. It'd take all day to do a video for every single one. This was only meant to be sort of a brief overview to give you an understanding of how to use it, how to get into the app, basically the real basic features of how to get started, and you can explore the rest of the features yourself. So like I said, this is a site creative toolbox. We use all of this stuff to create our sites and make them look good and function well. The functioning comes into it as well. It's not just about looking good, like I was explaining with the compressing the images. There's a lot in this toolbox that is critical to building a really good dropshipping site. Alright, so bit of a longer video. Hopefully you're stuck with it, you're not asleep. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to head over to our website, dropshipdownunder.com.au. Check out our Aussie-specific dropshipping website there, of Aussie-specific dropshipping course that we've got there, and show you how to dropship successfully right here in Australia. So I'll leave it there. Cheers, guys.